War. It has created this nation, but also torn it apart. In this series, we will document those brave few who have devoted their service to this country. In this episode, we honored a veteran from World War II, Mr. John Reel. Here is his story.
On that day, that was a Sunday, and a bunch of about 20, 25 of us were down at the Butler Bowl. And we just shoot up sides and play a little tag football. Well, anyway, about noon or so, Tony Hinkle came down. And we thought, uh-oh, he'd go kick us off his football field, which he had a lot of times before. Now, anyway, he came down and to tell us that the Japs had attacked Pearl Harbor. That's how we found out. And we talked there quite a while and all, and about 6 guys out of that group didn't come home. So that's how I found out.
What was like going through your head?
I just got, well, I was going to college at the time, and a bunch of us decided, well, we're all going to go pretty soon, so we just had a blast, that's all. I was at Tri-State up in Angola. I was inducted at Fort Benjamin, Harris. Oh, I first went to Texas for basic training, and then I was sent overseas as a replacement. We went by convoy. There was quite a few of them. So, well, I guess when they dropped, first time we moved up on the line, and we replaced the 1st Division. I was in the 5th Division. We did not go in D-Day. We went in a little after. Then we replaced the 1st Division. And then we were part of the 1st Army. Then they formed the 3rd Army under Patton. And the first time is when about 5,000 American planes came over and started blowing everything they could. That really scared you, because some of those bombs didn't last too far away. That was basically really the first time. And although when we did replace the 1st Division, we replaced the 16th Infantry. We were part of the 10th. And they had fought in Africa, they had fought in Sicily, they had fought in little in Italy, they went in D-Day. But anyway, when we replaced them, this colonel, lieutenant colonel, he was just made a lieutenant colonel. He was a battalion commander of the regiment we replaced, or the 1st Battalion. And he said, well, I've just 3 things. He says, lock and load, kill or be killed, and believe in God. And that stuck pretty close to us. Well, there wasn't much camping as far as that goes. Yeah. When you'd come off the line, you'd just be in a house somewhere or something, and well, try to get drunk is what you try to do. And of course, we got a lot of wine and a lot of stuff that we'd pick up on the way and things like that. Well, basically, yeah, it'd get exciting. And then most of the time you just, well, they kept wanting you to train all the time. And then you get to the point, well, you want to be in shape so you can run. basically. Well, you know, they start shelling you and you got to jump in a hole or something. So try to stay active. No, I was when figured it's over is this was probably maybe a month before the war was over. A lot of it was they were giving up and everything and stuff. And yeah, that I was damn lucky to make it.
Yeah.
It all depends where I was. If you mean if I'm on the line, you didn't do nothing. You stayed close to your home. Oh, basic training.
Yeah, what was a day like for that?
Oh, well, that was down at Camp Swift, Texas.
Okay.
Yeah, well, you'd get up in the morning and you knew one thing, you'd want to get in shape.
Right.
And we started off with maybe 5-mile hikes and 10 miles. Then they'd get longer and longer, but you'd get in shape. And get in, you'd fall down. So basically, I was in mortars. We practiced that, and then we went out and practiced, you know, dropping them and all that stuff and everything. Well, there were 3 of us. Mario Joya, Al Steinberg, he was a Jew, and Mario was a Catholic, and I'm a Protestant. And we were together at Camp Swift, Texas. Then we ended up in the same platoon, same platoon when we got overseas to the 5th Division. And we were together the whole time. Well, until we really got into combat, and I lost both of them. But there, as far as buddies went, we were 3 just were together, basically, and we were very lucky. I was very lucky to have 2 guys like that. Taught to be a decent type person and always remember how lucky you were. See, a lot of them were very lucky. I'm very lucky that I made it, and I only got hit once, and wasn't too bad. So, well, like my brother, he ended up, he had frozen feet. He didn't walk for about 4 months. He was lucky. A lot of guys had got their feet amputated. That's when we were up in the Battle of the Bulge, up there. And we was lucky to be in 3rd Army. Patton knew how to fight a war. He wasn't, he didn't pussy whip or nothing. He was ready to kill. So, well, it really got bad.
Oh, John.
I got married.
He's kidding.
Well, I told him that, you know, I was battle fatigued, and they took advantage of me. The next thing I knew, I was married. It worked out very well, you know. And
You got to go to school.
see, guys would come back with bitter attitude and all, you know, and everything. What the hell? Sure, we got the bad end of the stick, but what the hell? It's all part of life. My God, you know. Like I say, what these guys, how lucky you are, you made it. What about all your buddies that didn't come back? Hey. One thing where the Germans were lucky. The war, well, this was after, just before the Battle of the Bulge. That's when we ran into our first concentration camp. You talk about man, inhumanity to man. That's it. Well, after we cried, we thought it was a terrible, horrible thing. Well, everybody figured, well, we didn't kill enough Germans. And if we'd have known that was going on, I'd say 3 or 4 months or 2 or 3 months before, there'd been a lot of dead Germans.